Namaskar. The topic of discussion in this module is on the Indian Ocean. The world's oceans are the greatest bodies of water covering more than 70% of the earth's surface. The continents divide these water bodies into 5 major oceans as the Pacific, the Atlantic, the Indian, the Arctic and the Antarctic oceans. The Pacific Ocean occupies 30.5%, the Atlantic Ocean occupies 20.8%, the Indian Ocean occupies 14.4%, the Southern Ocean occupies 4% and the Arctic Ocean occupies 2.8% of the total area of all the oceans in the world. The Southern Hemisphere consists of 80% of the oceanic waters in area when compared to the Northern Hemisphere. Among all these oceans, the Indian Ocean is the third largest ocean in the world. It is next to the Pacific and Atlantic oceans. The ocean is named after the geographic location nearer to it, that is India. The Indian Ocean covers about 14% of the earth's surface. The Indian Ocean is enclosed on all the 3 sides by the land masses of Africa, Asia and Australia. Understanding of the geographic setting, oceanographic conditions and the natural resources of the Indian Ocean is necessary while studying the geography, marine geology and oceanography. In this episode, the following modules are highlighted: the geography of Indian Ocean, climate and oceanographic conditions, natural resources of Indian Ocean, Indian Ocean bottom relief and the environmental issues of the Indian Ocean. Let us see the first part, the geographic condition of the Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean covers about 74.93 million square kilometers on the surface of the earth. It is one component of the interconnected global ocean. The Indian Ocean is delineated from the Atlantic Ocean by the 20 degrees east meridian running south from Cape Agulhas and from the Pacific by the meridian of 146 degrees and 55 minutes east. This includes the Red Sea, the oil rich Persian or Arabian Gulf, the Arabian Sea, the Andaman Sea and the Bay of Bengal. In the year 2000, the International Hydrological Organization redefined the Indian Ocean, moving its southern limit to 60 degrees south, with the water south of that identified as the Southern Ocean. The equator passes through the northern parts of this Indian Ocean. A major part of this ocean lies in the southern hemisphere. The Indian Ocean is 9,980 kilometers wide between the southern points of Africa and Australia. Its north-south length is 9,880 kilometers, extending from Pakistan to Antarctica. The Indian Ocean consists of about 2,922.31 thousand cubic kilometers of water. The average depth of water column in this ocean is 3,890 meters. Its deepest point is the Diamantina Deep in the Diamantina Trench, existing at a depth of 8,047 meters. The shores of the Indian Ocean consist of some of the ancient plateaus and much notable remains of the Gondwana land. When compared to the Pacific and the Atlantic Oceans, the Indian Ocean has less number of islands. The Madagascar and the Sri Lanka are the biggest and the most prominent islands of the Indian Ocean. The smaller islands are the Socotra, the Zanzibar, the Comoro, the Seychelles, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the Lakshadweep Islands, the Maldivian Islands, the Mauritius Islands, the Reunion Islands, the Cocos and the Christmas Islands. The Sunda Islands of Indonesia separate the Indian and the Pacific Oceans. The Atlantic and Indian Oceans meet off the southern tip of Africa. North of the equator, the Indian Ocean is divided into 2 water masses as the Arabian Sea on the left hand side and the Bay of Bengal on the right hand side of India and Sri Lanka. the Bay of Bengal and the Andaman Sea are very important entities. The Bay of Bengal is the largest bay in the world. It forms the northeastern part of the Indian Ocean. It resembles like a triangle in shape, and it is bordered by Bangladesh and the Indian state of West Bengal down to the state of Tamil Nadu, India, and Sri Lanka to the west, and Burma and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands to the east. The Bay of Bengal occupies an area of about 2.172 million square kilometers. A number of large rivers, the Padma, a distributary of the Ganges, Meghna, a distributary of the Brahmaputra, Jamuna, a branch of the Brahmaputra, Airavati, Godavari, Mahanadi, Krishna and Kaveri, all of these rivers flow into the Bay of Bengal. Among the important ports located in the Bay of Bengal are Kadalur, Ennore, Chennai, Karaikal, Pondicherry, Tuticorin, Kakinada, Machilipatnam, Visakhapatnam, Paradeep, Kolkata, Mongla, Chittagong and Yangon. Many major rivers of Bangladesh also flow west to east into the Bay of Bengal. The shortest classified river which drains into the Bay of Bengal is the Kuvam river at 64 kilometers, located in Chennai, the then Madras. Brahmaputra is the 28th longest river in the world, going up to a distance of 2948 kilometers. This river discharges its materials into the Bay of Bengal and travels through mainly Bangladesh, China and India. The major international seaports existing in the Bay of Bengal are the port of Chittagong in the Bay of Bengal, which is located in Bangladesh. Major Indian ports on the bay include Kakinada, Chennai, Pondicherry and Visakhapatnam. The Arabian Sea is a region of the Indian Ocean bounded on the east by India, on the north by Pakistan and Iran, on the west by the Arabian Peninsula, on the south by a line between Cape Gaddafi in the northeastern Somalia and Kanyakumari in India. Some of the ancient names of the Arabian Sea include Sindhu Sagar, which means the Sea of Sindh in Sanskrit, and Erythraean Sea. These two names are used even today. The Arabian Sea's surface area is about 3.862 million square kilometers. The maximum width of the Arabian Sea is approximately 2400 kilometers and its maximum depth is 4652 meters. The Arabian Sea coast of central India is known as the Konkan coast and that of the southern India is known as the Malabar coast. The Arabian Sea has two important branches, as the Gulf of Aden in the southwest connecting with the Red Sea through the Strait of Bab el Mandeb, and the Gulf of Oman to the northwest connecting with the Persian Gulf. There are also Gulfs of Kembe and Kutch on the Indian coast. The countries with coastlines on the Arabian Sea are Somalia, Djibouti, Yemen, Oman, Iran, Pakistan, India and the Maldives. The Arabian Sea has long been an important trade route between India and the West. Its chief ports are Aden, Yemen, Karachi in Pakistan and Mumbai in India. The Andaman Sea refers to the body of water in the northeastern corner of the Indian Ocean. It stretches about 650 kilometers from west to east and 1200 kilometers from north to south. The Andaman communicates with the westward lying Bay of Bengal through several channels between the chain of islands that stretches along 92 degrees east, including the Preparis, 10 degree and Great channels. The Andaman communicates with the westward lying Bay of Bengal through several channels between the chain of islands and stretches. It is connected with the Australasian Mediterranean Sea via the Malacca Strait between Thailand and Sumatra. Let us see the second part, climate and oceanographic conditions of the Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean experiences a unique climate due to its geographic location surrounded by various continents on all sides. The climate of the Indian Ocean includes northeast monsoon, which comes between December and April, and southwest monsoon, which comes between June and October. The central and northern regions of Indian Ocean have a tropical climate. This region experiences regular tropical cyclones during May or June and October or November in the northern Indian Ocean and January or February in the southern Indian Ocean. The seasons and the distance from the equator decides the temperatures at the surface of the sea, but the temperature does not reach extremes in any way as seen in other major oceans of the world. Some parts of Indian Ocean lies in northern as well as southern hemisphere. The seasons vary in these two hemispheres. In January, the surface temperature in northern hemisphere ranges from 21 degree to 27 degree centigrade, and in southern hemisphere from 27 to 29 degree centigrade. Dramatic advances in science and technology or satellite technology have led to the recent discovery of an El Nino like oscillation in the equatorial Indian Ocean. It has been called the Indian Ocean dipole mode. The recent research suggests that the dipole has a significant influence on the rainfall over India. The Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal also exercise a profound influence on the climate of India. Scientists have determined that the Indian Ocean dipole, an oscillation of the sea surface temperatures in the Indian Ocean, is occurring more frequently because of the global warming. In July, the surface temperature of Antarctica may fall up to -1 degree centigrade because of this. When the monsoon winds change, cyclones sometimes strike the shores of the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. The Indian Ocean is the warmest ocean in the world. The Indian Ocean has three belts of wind: monsoon winds, southeastern trade winds, prevailing westerly winds. The northeast monsoon blows from Asia across India to East Africa from November to March. The southeast monsoon blows from the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal across India and the Southeast Asia, picking up moisture from the ocean. The southwest monsoon blows from April to October. The southeast trade winds originate in the southern hemisphere and blow towards the equator. In the Arabian Sea, the violent monsoon brings rain to the Indian subcontinent. The rotation of the earth makes these winds blow northwestward. The prevailing westerly winds blow steadily from west to east. These winds often bring violent tropical storms to Madagascar and the other areas of Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean has asymmetric ocean circulation. The winds govern the movements of currents in the Indian Ocean. The currents vary with the season. Depending upon the monsoon, the currents may flow north to the equator either westward or eastward. In the southern hemisphere, the south equatorial current, which is a warmer current, flows westward along the equator, driven by the trade winds towards Africa and south along the African coast. Then it turns east and follows the westerly winds to Australia. The west wind drift, which is a cold current driven by Antarctica winds, flows northward to Australia, where it turns east also. The tides of the Indian Ocean vary greatly, but not so much as those seen in the Atlantic or the Pacific Oceans. The Indian Ocean is identified with moderate tidal variation due to its enclosure by 4 continents. The highest and the lowest tides occur along the western coast of Australia. The tide rises 11 meters at Collier by near Derby and 3 centimeters at Geraldton and near Burnbury in the Australian country. Currents are mainly controlled by the monsoon. 2 large circular currents, one in the northern hemisphere flowing clockwise and one south of the equator moving anti-clockwise, constitute the dominant float patterns in the Indian Ocean. During the winter monsoon, however, the currents in the north are reversed. Deep water circulation is controlled primarily by the inflows from the Atlantic Ocean, the Red Sea and the Antarctic currents. The next part is the natural resources of Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean provides major sea routes connecting the Middle East, Africa and East Asia with Europe and the Americas. It carries a particularly heavy traffic of petroleum and petroleum products from the oil fields of the Persian Gulf and Indonesia. Large reserves of hydrocarbons are being tapped in the offshore areas of Saudi Arabia, Iran, India and the Western Australia. An estimated 40% of the world's offshore oil production comes from the Indian Ocean. Beach sands rich in heavy minerals and offshore placer deposits are actively exploited by the bordering countries. Particularly these are done by India, South Africa, Indonesia, Sri Lanka and Thailand. Indian Ocean is the abode of wide variety of animal species, especially the Red Sea, the Persian Gulf and along the coastal waters of Indian Ocean we have plenty of marine resources. Phytoplankton is the key microscopic organism for direct or indirect survival of these animal species. Phytoplankton are abundant near the northern India and the Persian Gulf. Most rare species like dugong, a plant eating marine mammal, is found in these places. Indian Ocean is also the home for dolphin and many varieties of fishes. The Indian Ocean provides about 7% of the world's fish catch. This amounts to 7 million metric tons annually. The most fishing activity takes place near the west coast of India. The part of the ocean floor that borders the continents is called as the continental shelf. The continental shelf stretches for about 200 kilometers into the Indian Ocean around Africa, Asia and Australia. It slopes to an average depth of 140 meters near Antarctica and it reaches a depth of 300 to 500 meters in some places. Beyond the continental shelf, the ocean floor becomes rugged, consisting of mountain ranges, broad plateaus and deep basins or trenches. A mountain range called as the Mid-Indian Ridge runs north-south through the center of the Indian Ocean. The ridge begins in the Gulf of Aden and separates into two parts at about 20 degrees south latitude. Plateaus in the Indian Ocean may rise more than 3000 meters above the ocean floor. In some area in mid-ocean, the floor comes close to the surface. These shallow areas include Ganister Shallow off the coast of Arabia and the Halley Bank between Madagascar and the Mozambique. In the basins, the level of floor may sink to more than 5000 meters below the surface waters. The warmth of the Indian Ocean keeps the phytoplankton production very low except along the northern fringe and in few scattered spots. Fishing is confined to subsistence levels because its fish are of great and growing importance to the bordering countries for many activities. In addition to the regular species, we do have certain endangered marine species in the Indian Ocean. These endangered marine species include the dugong, seals, turtles and whales. The Bay of Bengal is full of biological diversity with coral reefs, estuaries, nursery areas and mangroves. The Bay of Bengal is one of the world's 64 largest marine ecosystems. Caerulea jerdonil is a sea snake of the Bay of Bengal. Glory of Bengal cone is just one of the seashells which can be photographed along the beaches of the Bay of Bengal. An endangered species, the olive ridley sea turtle, can survive because of the resting grounds made available at the Gahirmatha Marine Wildlife Sanctuary in Gahirmatha Beach, Orissa in India. Marlin, barracuda, skipjack tuna, yellowfin tuna, Indo-Pacific humpbacked dolphin, Brady's whale are some of the marine animals thriving in the Bay of Bengal. The Bay of Bengal hawkfish is a type of wrasse which live in turbid lagoons reefs and also shallow coastal reefs. Schools of dolphins can also be seen in the Bay of Bengal. They include bottlenose dolphin, pantropical spotted dolphin or the spinner dolphins. Tuna and dolphins are usually residing in the same waters. In shallower and warmer coastal waters, the Airavati dolphins can be found. The Great Nicobar Biosphere Reserve provides sanctuary to many animals, some of which include the saltwater crocodile, giant leatherback sea turtle and the Malayan box turtle, to name a few. Another endangered species, Royal Bengal tiger, is supported by Sundarbans, a large estuarine delta that holds a mangrove area in the Ganges river delta to keep all these marine bioreserves. The waters in and around Maldives is best described as a treasure trove of marine life. The abundance of marine life in the Maldivian islands can be mainly attributed to the ideal growing conditions of the coral reefs. The coral reefs in essence sustain the aquatic life in all the Maldivian islands. Thousands of fishes and other marine life flourish in and around the underwater gardens of corals in the Maldives. In Maldives, the coral reefs of about 70 different species and in almost every color adorn the waters surrounding these islands. An underwater mountain range acts as a base for these coral reefs. Coral reefs in general are the most biologically diverse ecosystems in the world. The coral reefs go a long way in maintaining the delicate balance of the environment. They help by removing and recycling the carbon dioxide, which in excess amounts can lead to global warming. Not only this, they also act as a natural barrier against the tropical storms, floods and tsunamis. Even in nature's food chain, the coral reefs have an important part. Seaweeds grow on the skeletons of dead coral reefs, and the seaweeds and the coral reefs together provide other marine life like mollusks, gropers, reef sharks, scorpion fish and various other types of fishes with a preying ground and a home. Maldives waters are the home not only for beautifully colored corals, but also to rare and endangered species of marine life. The clear waters and abundance of various species of fish and beautiful aquatic plants has made Maldives a popular and the most preferred destination for tourism. More than 700 species of fishes have found their home among the reefs here. Travel is tuna, jacks, dog-toothed tuna, butterfly fish, sweet lips, wahoo and fusiliers form part of the marine life in Maldives. Sharks, turtles, anemones, schools of sweet lips, eels, octopus and rays abound in the waters of the Indian Ocean. In the late summer and during the fall, mantas and whale sharks make for a very impressive and interesting sight. The Maldives are known for the huge variety of marine life. For all scuba diving, the marine enthusiasts go to Maldives. The Indian Ocean is further divided into various basins. They are the Comoro and North Australian Basin, the South Indian Basin, the Australian Antarctic Basin and the Arab Basin. In the basins, the level of the floor may sink to more than 5000 meters below the surface of the water. The Indian Ocean also has some seamounts. The seamounts of the Indian Ocean are the Nikitin Seamount, the Banzare Seamount, the Africana Seamount, Giran Seamount, the Kokodermer Seamount, the Gulden Seamount, the Batavia Seamount and the Lena Guyot. Let us see the environmental issues of Indian Ocean. Due to the relatively high traffic of petroleum tankers, piracy off the Somali coast has been rising. This has been a threat to the international shipping since the second phase of the Somali civil war in the early 21st century. The Indian Ocean provides major sea routes connecting the Middle East, Africa and East Asia with Europe and the Americas. Pollution is increasing in the Indian Ocean because of the metal and chemical production and the outpouring of sewage, petroleum and food processing waste. In addition, the Persian Gulf suffered severe oil pollution resulting from the Persian Gulf War of 1991. Iraq dumped an estimated 1.75 billion liters of Kuwaiti crude oil into the Gulf. The United Nations Regional Seas Program and other international organizations are seeking ways to combat the pollution in and around the Indian Ocean. The culture of the Indian Ocean islands reflects the ethnic diversity, history, politics, music, dance, food, drink, arts, sports and international influences in this region. Besides these large scale processes, the coastal zone is subjected to the impact of tides, local winds, river runoff differing from place to place. The notable environmental issues of the Indian Ocean are coastal erosion, loss of biodiversity, marine pollution especially from the sources which are derived from the land like sewage, agrochemicals, industrial waste, oil spills and nutrients, sand mining and many other activities. The harmful algal blooms with fish kills, over exploitation of inshore fish and invertebrate stocks, sand and coastal dune mining, inappropriate coastal developments, fisheries, degradation of marine ecosystems, frequent cyclones, increased nutrient concentrations in marine waters, alteration of habitat and loss of habitat, marine pests, turbidity and all coastal pollution activities. The Census of Marine Life is one such recent initiative in the marine context. Census of Marine Life is a growing global network of researchers involving more than 70 countries engaged in a 10-year initiative to assess and explain the diversity, distribution and abundance of marine life in the oceanic waters and the changes which are happening in the marine waters. Ocean Biogeographic Information System is the information component of the Census of Marine Life and the marine component of Global Biodiversity Information Facility. This facility has been established in India to analyze the components and activities of the Indian Ocean. It is necessary to protect the oceanic natural resources by these varieties of studies and research which are to be conducted by us. These studies help in not only for national development, but also for regional development of our marine resources and oceanic resources.